Hello YouTube, this is Chris Waldeck, and I'm just starting this off by doing something a little bit different. I know my attire is a little bit different than my usual stand-up comedy gear, but I've just got some pretty cool news. All right, well, it's officially been a full year since doing stand-up comedy over here in Vegas. I know my glasses are slightly crooked because they got a little bent out of shape, but it's definitely been a wild ride. Like about a year, like I had started doing comedy a year ago, and I had my other political job that I was doing, and then I don't know. I just got kind of like just going through a lot of political stuff. Like I just kind of got a little tired of it. To tell the honest truth, I just kind of realized that my heart was more centered on like entertainment, kind of writing, and like come up with some good old creative material to use, and that's really what made the case for me to make the big jump into comedy. And I can honestly say that I truly do not regret it. Like I truly don't regret it at all. Like ever since I've been pursuing comedy, like it's been like finally able to focus on one thing that's been like my big goal. Just making people laugh. Going around. I mean, I have like the big room that has anything really cool going on. I pretty much am just like I pretty much just use like a little mattress and with some blankets and like nice little room. Which, by the way, this room will be changing because I'm actually it was pretty cool. I got to travel to Phoenix with like a couple comics, and they're actually invited me in to kind of stay with them and learn the joke writing process. And since always been something I struggle with is like just kind of writing and producing jokes faster. So I'm using a lot of it. I don't want to be using like so many of the same jokes. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that's how you really get like get a good set polish, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to just keep saying the same thing because that gets like tiring after a while. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's officially been 1 year since I've made the jump and really done comedy, and I just want to thank anyone who might be watching this video. Thank anyone on YouTube. I learned a lot in the Las Vegas comedy scene. That is definitely for sure. I did a roast battle. I did an entire comedy set while on psychedelics. Yeah, that's right. I did drop acid and do comedy. It's called the Psychedelic Psycho Show, and yeah, it was a very interesting experience. And then somehow I won a roast battle after I did that show. Now, obviously, I'm not putting that set on YouTube just because it's like, wow, like I'll think about whether or not I want to actually put that set on YouTube. Yeah, never say never. That's my play. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so it's been quite a wild ride, and I just know since starting comedy, like it's just been awesome. Just like having that creativity, that rush, being up there on stage, like I finally feel like I'm doing something that I've wanted to do really my entire life. I do a solid job as a tour guide, where I pretty much get to command the mic and pretty much talk to everyone while I'm on board the tour. So that's also really cool. And just paying my bills, doing Lyft and Uber, really to support a lot of myself, and just also work on the ADHD thing that I finally know that what's wrong with me. That's why I can finally tone down on what I need to fix and get better, so I can actually improve and may advance further rather than just be kind of kind of just be like that guy who entered and stuck with it for a while. And if I look like I'm a little bit tanner, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's because it's really hot outside. It's about like 105, 110 degrees right here in Vegas. I actually do kind of like this heat. I do miss Florida. I'm always going to miss Florida, but I do like the heat without the humidity, though, here in Vegas. And Vegas is a pretty cool town. It's kind of like Florida. It's very transient. So, I'm just chilling out, trying that. And, things are going pretty good. I know that it's definitely difficult being like 1 year or so. I've actually had some friends too from like Florida that have kind of reached out to me a little bit, been like, hey, keep in touch, hey, things are going pretty well. So I definitely thank you guys who might be watching the video, just to keep going on my stand-up stuff. So I've been working on that. Is it ever a little bit like kind of weird and so like just pursuing comedy after I pretty much lived my whole life, just being very stable. And yeah, if you're wondering, my sheets are in the washing machine. I'm doing like a wash on them, so I'm just kind of waiting on the mattress right now. Don't worry, I do have sheets I normally use. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's so I don't give anyone nightmares. I'll just lift up like this. But yeah, so it's been a rush. It's been like a full year of doing stand-up comedy. I've gotten a chance to go on the LA Comedy Club. I won the Midnight Spotlight. I did a few guest spots. Traveled down to California. I performed at Flappers. Twice. I did Uncle Clyde's. I had a really good opportunity. I went to Phoenix. Performed in there. Performed in Van Nuys with at Billy Batts' room, the Van Nuys Comedy Club, which is located in this really nice restaurant. Really cool place. I've gone in my underwear and made a very infamous meme based on my a bit I played in a little skit that I did for them. So that was pretty cool. And I'm actually doing the underwear show again, but I want to be in a little bit better shape for it. So I'm actually this week just gonna crush it, absolutely crush it. I'm working out to try to see if I can get into preparation for the underwear show. That's what I'm working on right now. And just along the way, I've just enjoyed every bit of everything I've done. I'm gonna be shaving obviously, so I can perform some more stand-up, do some more sets. But I've absolutely loved every minute I've been doing stand-up comedy, just making people laugh, getting to travel. It's been truly, truly awesome. It really has. And just words can't express how interesting this decision was. I know I posted on my LinkedIn and immediately a couple of my connections just jumped off. Basically they just kind of unconnected basically, some of the 500 plus, because they're like, oh, he's doing something different. We don't need him anymore and stuff. It's like that happens. It's like you'd pursue anything in the arts and doing something, it seems like people just kind of jump ship from you. It's a little sad, but at the same time, it's like, whatever, it's like I have fun doing this. I'm making people laugh. I'm putting on a good show. It takes a lot of effort to write, come up with new material every single day. I have a lot of respect for people that do that do this, and I've realized just how unbelievably hard it is to really get it done. It's just people really take it for granted just how difficult joke writing can be sometimes. And it's like I've loved every minute I've been here on the scene. I love the Las Vegas comedy scene, and even though sometimes I might get a little flustered if I'm I'm not getting booked as much if I'm putting in a lot of effort and stuff. I'm this has been my first year, and within the first year I've been doing all this cool stuff. So it's I feel like I'm kind of right where I need to be, honestly, after a lot of reflection on it. I think it's just personal growth too, not getting too angry if ever something goes wrong. So I think I've learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about kind of what pursuing what goes into it. And after 1 year, I think this has been it's been so good. I just want to keep going at this. If I can keep going at this pace, I might be able to get to where I really want to be now. I know you're probably thinking and a question I always get to ask is, will I move to California, or when's that happening? Well, I still have a considerable amount of debt that I'm paying off right now, so probably not immediately or not very soon, but that definitely is on my radar, because every time you travel to California, travel to Los Angeles, it's you just feel this rush, this is where stuff is going down, this is where the big mics are, this is how you get noticed, and it's it's a lot of patience, to be just okay, I'm right here, I'm right here, a lot of places they mainly consider you if you've been to work for about 3 years, you get booked on some of the other shows, and it's kind of the seniority thing. But it's it's one thing you gotta do with patience, but at the same time, I'm not looking for spots where I'm gonna be a headliner or stuff. I don't think I'm anywhere near that. I would never want to pretend that I'm a headliner level, and I've only been there for a year doing this full time. But I'm definitely very happy about where I'm at, and I just got to focus on it. Focus on writing all kinds of new exercises, just doing it very well. So so that's what I'm doing right now, just working on that. And I think honestly, I am planning one of these months about possibly going to LA or going to California though for an entire month, just staying down there and just every single day just going to a new mic, just performing very well for about 30 days or so. To try to get booked for a lot of different, see if I can get booked on A shows, maybe get in with some agents or something. I would be, but I don't want it to be just a drop-in day. I'm one day I want to legitimately just go down there and just and just kill it. Just basically go down there and just like really knock it out of the park. Because I think that's what I really have to do. But I'll just say honestly, like I've had an absolute blast since joining the Vegas comedy scene. And I just wanna, if I'm seem a little tired, it's because I just did a bunch of Uber and Lyft rides and made a ridiculous amount of money. Vegas is a great town for doing Lyft and Uber, and I think definitely I'm definitely gonna be in Vegas for a while longer. But after like just 1 year of joining stand up, I can definitely say that I've learned more about myself, learned about how much I could push myself, and I've been on some shows. I've had the pleasure of like interacting, meeting a lot of people in the comedy scene, just talking with them, really getting to understand how those events work. And I think my goals are pretty much to become like much more independent, like when it comes to like just like traveling around, like being able to travel and being able to live like on like live reasonably on my expenses, and also like just get to try new things. Like I want to boost myself on YouTube as well as on stand up. I know I probably look lazy as shit right now just laying down, but let me tell you, after you've done all the rides I have on Lyft and Uber, it's like, damn, sometimes you just want to lay down. It's like I've been doing, but yeah, 1 year full time as a stand up comic. I finally did the full thing, and now I just gotta stick with it. Gotta keep going. Like every day, just gotta push myself. Basically, every day I just gotta push myself. Keep going to mics. Keep working on stuff to get better. Now learn how to maximize on my jokes. Produce a lot more jokes and just go out there and really kill it. And right now I'm just like after 1 full year, I'm just gonna say I made it. Thank you to everyone. I thank you Spiro, Ciavalis. He's been doing a badass job over at the LA Comedy Club. Like he got to open for Butch Bradley for a couple of his first little special he filmed, and he's also helped me a lot with like co-hosting. He helped get me on the Midnight Spotlight, which was one of the greatest opportunities I've probably ever had. And to go up there and like actually win that, and which pretty much justified that I do really need to stick with this. This is absolutely something I have to do, is stick with this and do stand up. It was winning that Midnight Spotlight. It was just I was just so happy. Getting to do a guest spot, and I'm gonna be doing a guest spot in a couple of weeks, so I'm preparing for that. I'm gonna be back on the Underwear show this coming Friday, so I'm also getting into shape a lot for that one. So this is gonna be really fun. It's gonna be interesting to see where this ride takes me. But 1 year summary, I definitely just gotta be more patient. I gotta be more. I gotta write and produce jokes faster, and I've got to. I think I've got to get ready to eventually go to California, because that's probably where I'm going to be at very soon. As I'm going to be in California auditioning. I'm learning more comedy class about it. Go back into improv, where I did for 2.5 years before I decided to kind of jump from it. Because I went to college and thought, oh man, I need to get a stable career now, and it was like biggest mistake I ever made. Like I just got to remember, I want to be a comedian. I want to make people laugh. I want to be in entertainment, and maybe eventually produce films. That's my all-time goal. It's like I just got to invest everything I can into making that happen. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, that's my 1 year summary since coming here, and thank you everyone who supported me. Thank you for following me on YouTube. Expect content, expect a better camera as well, because I'm going to be producing a lot more videos very soon. And thank you guys for riding with me, and I look forward to continue. But it's been officially 1 year since I've been doing comedy, and I think it happened like a couple weeks ago. But I'm it's the happiest I've been in a long time. Thank you everybody for supporting me along the way.